Prescription painkillers, then heroin, followed by fentanyl.
Now the fourth poison wave causing overdoses in Cuyahoga County, carfentanil. After a decline in the number of carfentanil deaths in 2018, the medical examiner's office says 2019 brought a resurgence.
News 5's Jordan Vandenberg is in the newsroom right now to break down the data for us.
Yeah, 2018 to 2019 brought a tenfold increase in the number of carfentanil overdose deaths in Cuyahoga County, and it comes at a time where Narcan use in the state of Ohio is reaching staggering levels.
In the lines and graphs,
in 2016, things really take off dramatically.
Are facts
All of the overdose
in figures,
deaths in Cuyahoga County.
each one showing a trend as tragic as the next.
We first saw carfentanil in 2016, and it really spiked up in 2017. It almost went away in 2018, but what we've really noticed over the course of 2019 is it's probably going to be more than we saw back in 2017, and we'll have about 200 fatalities.
Medical examiner Dr. Thomas Gilson says preliminary numbers show carfentanil accounting for more than a third of all fatal overdoses last year.
It's a very potent drug, much more, about 10,000 times the potency of heroin, morphine. It does its dirty work in very low concentrations, and if you're not looking for it, you may be missing the fact that it's a big player now.
Dr. Gilson believes carfentanil's prevalence dropped in 2018 after the federal government made the drug entirely illegal on an emergency basis for 2 years. But since then, he says it is coming from south of the border.
I never really think the opioid crisis stops being an emergency. I think, and it concerns me that we get deadened to the fact that over the last 3 years, each of those years, we had over 600 people die.
Those numbers could be even higher if not for a 2015 change in state law which allowed naloxone, better known as Narcan, to be sold without a prescription. Since then, the dispensing of Narcan has increased more than 2,000%, according to a new study.
Ohio is kind of the epicenter of the crisis, so it's been very important to the state to address this crisis. Certainly they have addressed it in many ways, and this law change is one of those ways.
Later this month, that emergency order that made carfentanil entirely illegal is set to expire. Many local and national leaders have urged federal officials to have it extended. In the newsroom, Jordan Vandenberg, News 5.